Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamra. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm, okay? So like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, okay? I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. I always say this is the real grown folks channel. We agree to disagree and simply push on, okay? Shout out to my moderators for being great mods. Put some respect on them. Okay, put some respect on them, okay? In the chat. I want my subscribers and my supporters to know you guys absolutely rock, okay? I wanted to talk about Hernandez Govan. I thought that his case was just, rescheduled, child. And I didn't think there was a hearing or anything like that. I didn't really look into it. I just saw where it had been rescheduled for November. But then I was just kind of surfing this morning while I'm drinking my coffee before I get up and start doing my fall cleaning. And I saw where he actually was in court. It was rescheduled for November, but I saw where he was in court, and I was listening to what the news media had to say about the judge says that he's not looking to set his trial anytime soon. Okay, so let's look at this. Child, I used to love Matlock.
The case continues for Hernandez Govan, the man accused of setting up the hit to kill Adolph Thornton Jr., also known as Young Dolph. Govan is facing conspiracy charges in Dolph's death, and records show Govan allegedly hired co-defendants Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith to kill the rapper. A trial date for Johnson and Smith is set for March of 2024. However, Judge Lee Coffey says he's not anticipating a trial for Govan anytime soon. Govan's attorney tells WREG they won't seek a resolution until after the co-defendant's trial.
We're still in negotiation, and my client is looking forward to bringing this to an end.
His attorney says they have not made any plans for Govan to testify against Smith or Johnson.
That's in the hands of Mr. Hageman, and he would have to seriously negotiate with us.
Govan was released on bond earlier this year. As a condition of posting bail, he was placed on house arrest, only allowed.
Okay, so what I can understand from what his attorney said, he has no plans to testify against either one of the defendants. That's in the hands of Mr. Hagerman. And from what I can hear, he says that they would have to do some serious negotiation. I feel like what they're trying to do is they're negotiating. He said they're negotiating anyways, but I think they don't want Govan to have to do any time. He didn't say he wouldn't. He says it's from what his attorney is saying. It's in the hands of Mr. Hagerman, which means they've given, I guess, their demands. Govan is willing to do, if they give them this, he's willing to do that, and he probably does not want to do any time. Okay, but let's continue.
To leave his home for medical reasons or if he needed to meet his lawyer. During his last court appearance, Govan requested the terms of his bail be relaxed so he could leave his home freely and even get a job. However, Judge Lee Coffey denied the request and scolded Govan for violating the terms of his bail twice by traveling outside Shelby County. Judge Coffey told Govan the conditions were in place for his own safety, but this time, Judge Coffey commended Govan for following the rules.
The last time I was you in court, I told you had some problems that needed to be corrected, and I told you they would not be tolerated. And Ms. Taylor tells me, Judge Coffey, you got his attention, and everything is fine now.
Reporting from 201 Poplar, Kwame Trewilborn, WREG News Channel 3.
I hope he got his attention because so one of my subscribers was saying they, supposedly somebody had a video of him shopping somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look at it, so I don't know. But child, hopefully he got his attention now. I think that's very interesting. Me, myself, do I feel like that Govan played a part in Young Dolph's death? I do. Do I feel like he was the mastermind? Nah, he was not the mastermind. I believe that he was brought in by the masterminds. Yeah, I believe that he was brought in to help to gather some people by the masterminds. But as far as being a mastermind and paying for the hit and things of the nature, I never believed that. Like I said, I don't have any issues with saying that. We know that the car was found in Orange Mound, and from my understanding, the car was found over across the street, parked. Y'all know the house over across the street from Govan's grandmother's house. But hey, I guess that means nothing. It wasn't parked in his backyard. It was parked over across the street from his grandmother's house in Orange Mound. That's where the white Mercedes was found at. At least that's what I'm told. So, but all of them hung in Orange Mound. Okay. And if you ask me, just because of how big Young Dolph's case is, I believe some of the people that live in Orange Mound, because it's a lot of elderly people that live around there now. That's an old historical area. They more than likely they was looking at the TV. I'm sure they called, but or maybe people are saying they felt like the other young man that was taken out, that was the reason that he was taken out. I don't know. I believe it has something to do with Young Dolph's situation, but I just don't know in what capacity. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that, but it could have been some of the people. Like I said, it's a lot of elderly people, older people that lives in Orange now. They've had their homes for a very long time. And like I said, the reason why I didn't think that Quet paid for the hit is because, hell, I don't mean no harm. Quet, why would Quet care? Why would he spend money on taking Young Dolph out and not spend money on, he wouldn't look out for himself first, moving out of Orange Mound. You know what I mean? Shout out to Orange Mound. Nothing, nothing against anyone that lives in Orange Mound. Those houses are very historical or whatever, but I can't understand why somebody would spend upwards of in the 100,000s to take a rapper out of here. If he did that, I believe he would have been living better for himself, right? And I didn't hear about Quit having a history. Don't get me wrong. I do believe that he played a part, but it's just not the part that they played. I believe that he knew and everything, but it's just not. I believe he was brought in. Okay, he didn't sit down and decide, hey, we're gonna take Young Dolph out. No, somebody had been trying to take Young Dolph out since 2017. Okay, and we don't recall Orange Mound Quit being a part of that. Okay. So I never believed that he was the mastermind and the person that paid for the hit. They won't get me to believe that. Do I believe he knows what happened? Absolutely. That's the reason why he said this. Because he'll tell it all. Okay. But you heard his attorney say it's up to Mr. Hagerman. Because see, I'm sure they said, I could tell you this, but you're gonna have to. This is what we want. But I think if Orange Mound Quit is not smart, okay, he'll end up doing some. He's gonna end up doing a whole lot of time. Okay, but yeah, Judge Coffee says he's not looking to have a trial anytime soon. I think I've told you guys, and the reason why I say these people who had a minimal part, but they still know that they were involved. And I'm not saying he had a minimum part. I'm just saying I don't believe he was the mastermind. But if they're not smart, because of how deep the federal agents and other entities, it's other federal, y'all don't know how deep this case run. That's the reason why I say these record labels, if people talk about somebody was telling me something about some people that work over there with Ghazi. Shit, Ghazi gonna leave them hanging. Okay, he gonna leave them hanging. Okay, because you better believe, when there are large sums of insurance money, and I'm not saying that Ghazi had Dolph taken out. I don't know if I believe that. Anything is possible, but I don't know if I believe that. But I get to thinking about how some of these people have on YouTube have taken such an interest in trying to violate people that has anything to do with the Doss case. But when they, a lot of them are being investigated. Some of them have direct connections to Black Youngster and Lil Migos. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Okay. So, hey, child, with the judge not looking to, let me get back to the federal entities. The federal entities, they've had a jump start, and I have to say they have the advantage because they was working from the night that young Dolph was assassinated. And the reason I say they have the advantage because they was on top of it when people that was involved thought that they had gotten away with it. Okay. So, child, I just, honey baby child, as we used to say, honey baby child. When we were being sassy as little girls, this right here is interesting, and it's gonna come down to for every man being for himself, especially when they see exactly what they are looking at. Okay, and they're going to be looking at a lot. They're going to be looking at a lot. It's a lot of people that's going to be surprised because they haven't heard their names, and they're going to realize that they did not get away with it. Yeah. So that's interesting. He did. They rescheduled it for November something. But his attorney says that they are negotiating. See, Quet is in his 40s, and this ain't his first time around the rodeo. He's got got more experience than the others. Cornelius, I don't know what to think about Cornelius. Cornelius was in the process of turning state's evidence, and I don't know what went on with that. But see, they hurry up and got Cornelius that attorney because I feel like they felt like they didn't have as much of a what's the word that I'm looking for? Control over Cornelius. And then, they thought, I do believe they thought in the beginning that 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 straight drop situation is kind of, it's something. It's a lot of dynamics to that, but they hurry up and got Cornelius his first. Okay, because they didn't know what bag he was going to come out of, and I guess for good reason. I think that's one of the only reasons why that whenever he has gotten ready to drop a bomb, because he's not going to get off, because you know why? Because Cornelius was out there. Cornelius was one of the ones that was out there. Okay. So I think that's one of the reasons, but I mean he couldn't have helped himself, and it makes me wonder, like with the straight drop situation. I don't know if straight drop just got a lot on his chest, or this is his only way of dropping dimes on people. But anytime you have a phone in your cell, that is definitely suicide. Even if you have crooked officers. Me with I guess I'm older though. I'm more mature. I wouldn't trust any of the COs, especially when I'm facing with straight dropping I'm facing. Because even if they say, I can get you a phone, I know such and such, I'd be thinking, shit, that's all gravy. But how I know they ain't trying to set me up, because they still, I don't know. But it just goes to show how naive they are. But God has made all of them really imbeciles. Okay. Because he says, I'll turn over a reprobate mind. I mean, all of them are just like goats. Okay, as far as their mind, okay, because and God has allowed it to be like that because of what they did to young Dolph. You know, nothing is going to ever pan out because it never should have happened. And I keep saying God shook the earth that night. That was an indication of what was to come. They should have been scared from that. But when you believe the hype and you allow the devil to consume you and take over you, you know what I mean? That is, hey, I tell you, the devil would make a fool out of himself, and that's why you have to be, or make a fool out of you. That's the reason why you have to be very careful. And so now, I think they feeling like, I don't know why they feeling like there could be an ounce of a crack that they could slide through and beat the government. You can't beat the government, not especially with all of these entities that's involved. It's not just the FBI that's involved. There are other federal entities. It's more than the FBI. It's more than the marshals. If the little African American girl, I can't think of her name, Carly, whatever, brought out the CIA, that can that's straight up that they got more power. The CIA, or the Secret Service, got more power than even the FBI. And you got all of these entities I'm hearing in Young Dolph's case. If they brought that out for Carly, you think they ain't got that for Dolph? Especially considering the type of money that's involved and the type of corruption. And, that's the reason why I say it's going to be every man for itself, because even some of these labels that have gotten themselves involved, but they use black folks. They use these black niggas to make an ass out of themselves. We send them out to do the dirty work. We'll let the Arabs or whatever, whoever these folks are, teach them how to hack. You teach them how to hack, because see, you can't get deported. We got to stand back and let the niggas do it. We just teach them how to do it because they happy to be able to take each other out, because they already know that they ain't gonna win in this. Them folks know that they're not going to win. That's the reason why a lot of them tucking their tails and they're going in the hoods, which is the reason why Moneybag and what you call them better be very careful. I kind of believe at any day, if Big 30 ain't careful, he already got enough that he facing that he don't even know. He gonna be indicted any day. But they start sending people like that out who feel like they need to prove themselves, instead of saying, little dudes, look, hey, we facing enough. I don't want y'all in that. But these folks think it's going to take them up. And if I know anything about the government, they drain the swamp. That's how I know they ain't going to get Gotti. Okay? They start draining the swamp. That's what they call the person with the money flow. And once they cut off that supply like blood, you can't function if your blood is cut off. That's it. And that's how they look at it. And they got the nerve to think, because they got a little money and know people in the record industry who try to make good with the government, because hell, they know they can't go up against the government. Clyde Davis them can't do it. Okay, especially if they decide they want to turn on you, a government that can freeze your accounts, that could drain you dry of your money, and that can start bringing down everything, going through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Okay, and find little things to start messing with you and cutting off your supply. Okay, little things that people might get away with every day. You can't win against that. Everybody run out of money. You can't go up against an entity that can't run out of money. And if they do, they just go print it up. You can't win against that. And that's what these young dudes don't understand when they are being used as mules. That's what they do. And that's the reason why I be glad when they get them. They're using these young dudes as mules. Every time you look up, they got some new dudes around them. They constantly going in the hood, getting these little young dudes that is actually very talented around Memphis. And I take that personal, because they have an agenda for them, just like they had an agenda for Black youngsters. And God ain't pleased with that. But yeah, I'm gonna get on back to quit. The judge says he's not looking to do his trial anytime soon. And his attorney said they ain't pushing for none, because they got to see what basically what they saying. They want to see if Cornelius and Straight Drop gonna flip and tell on Quit. Right? They trying to see how this gonna work out. But what they don't understand is it ain't gonna matter if they don't tell on each other, because they got with almost 1 million pages. They got too many people lined up. Nobody even knows who the witnesses are. Okay, they need to go and do the right thing. They already did the wrong thing. They did the wrong thing when they took a human life. Now they need to do the right thing. Cause see, what happened to Teasy, that ain't gonna get to happen no more. That ain't gonna get to happen no more. And they're gonna wish that they had not did that. Okay. But child, yeah, Judge Govan, them real and smart and intelligent, honey. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. But this is gonna be interesting. You know, do I think Quet was the mastermind? There's no, I'll never believe, and I believe I'm right, and I know I'm right, that Quet decided we got to take Young Dolph out, and because I believe Quet just it was strictly probably more, it was money motivated for Quet. But as far as I believe Quet, he could have lived or died as far as Quet was concerned, which is not right. Anyways, it was just about the money. But as far as it being, I don't care how close he was to Kamisha. I don't believe that he got with the young man and said, listen, this is my idea, I'm gonna pay y'all. No, it was brought to Quet from people, from the ones that y'all gonna start seeing fighting after a while at the top. And we already starting to see one that is disgruntled, because he already know that they're going to, as it starts to get closer to him, them two brothers gonna stick together, which is what I said last year. Okay, that's what I said last year. All right. But see, when you're dealing with the government and they're after a certain person, and they started the night of Young Dolph's death, they already had a head start. I don't care how cool people say that they are with you. It's a lot of people. They're running them camps that was not okay with them taking Young Dolph out. They wasn't okay with that. I don't care how cool they say they are with him. Everybody wasn't in agreement with that. They thought that was cold-blooded to do him like that. Okay. All right. We'll talk about this more though. I want you guys to please. I'm doing my gentle cleaning. My fall bed stuff came in. I'm so happy. I ordered all kinds of beautiful pillows and stuff. So y'all know I'm gentle cleaning, so I can go and wash my quilts and stuff, because when I order them in, I have to wash them. And go ahead, put them on my bed and change my curtains and stuff. I got an off day today, so I'm happy. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to know that I love you. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I want you guys to be safe. Pray. We need God more than anything now. We can't do it without God, okay? Put God first. Ask God to go before you, okay? Ask God to go before you, and he'll make the highways and the byways clear for you. If you got a boss that's giving you problems, if you send God before you, he'll touch him. Okay, he'll touch him and close his mouth up, or make him bless you and give you a raise or move him. That's what God does when you tell God to go before you. Too many people caught up in thinking that they are God. That's the reason why so many lives are being taken, because they think that they're God, and they think that God ain't gonna make them pay for it. And so when they say, well, I'm going to take a life, but I know I got to pay for it, they need to think about their damn kids first. The devil has really boggled up these folks' mind, but there has to be a renewal and a revival. We need a revival. Okay? We need some consecration. And I'm talking about consecration in our lives on a daily, because that's the only way we're going to defeat the enemy, because he has penetrated a lot of our people. And it's going to only come through fasting and praying. That's the only way. Because these folks believe that they are the Almighty God because they've allowed outside entities to make a damn fool out of them. They think they the living God. But we got an Almighty that sits up high and looks down low and has been working. The reason he shook the earth. If that didn't scare them, he shook the earth. No man can do that. They can't. You know, I hear they say now that they can, you know, make earthquakes, but that's manipulating God's nature. That's what the devil does. That they manipulate, but they still ain't got more power than the Almighty, because the people that can do it, he could shake the earth and wipe everything off of it. And they can't do a damn thing about it. So these people better get right. They better get right. They better repent for what they did to that boy and get right and do what's right. Because you can't make wrong right. It ain't gonna be no slipping through the cracks. They took a man from his children because of somebody else's jealousy. They better get right. Because if they think that they can play the government, who I believe is at this point, because God has his people everywhere. He got his people on this case. And they led by God, they can't win. They better get right and do what's right, because they ain't going to be able to win if they don't, okay? But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I love you guys. Speak with you later.